utilized him, but week 2 just hasn't been kind of feeling that same kind of favor in their side, and whoever side picks Chamber, it seems like teams have kind of within the past week already grown accustomed to how to play against one, and the ones using them just not able to find that same success. So Action PH, they've got that Viper and they've got the Astra, so double control is what they're running. Single initiator on that Breakthrough, to be fair, is a pretty darn good agent to have here on Fracture. And on the opposite end of things, they're running the double duelist, as we did see, and so you're not really going to expect them to have a double controller here, especially since Team Secret already have the double duelist. But still, they pull that out. It's the Sentinel that they decide to forgo, which Action PH feel like Chamber is the right pick. So who's really going to come out of this? You can see Viper walls placed on opposite ends of the map as Team Secret start on the defense to potentially go for an aggressive play here on Arcade.
Fracture is in your traditional map. You might play it on unrated and ranked with a Sentinel, but aggressive map control is the absolute necessity in this because it's too large. There's so many avenues that you will just not be able to make work if you're that defensive. And immediately you're seeing Team Secret just run out into the open. And Georgie, oh, I thought he was going to drop and, like, you know, fall down, but he teleported as he died. But anyways, Team Secret, you're seeing this already. Very aggressive takes. No Sentinels. All about that forward push. I love it.
And that's what you've been commonly seeing, you know, every time we see Fracture come up is you kind of, as you put it, have to go aggressive on the defensive side. There's too many lanes for the attackers to come into for each site that you can't just anchor yourself down, because to be frank, especially like on the A site, there aren't too many great anchor positions for a player to play in. So you really have to take control of either position, maybe take control of A main or control, you know, the dish position, that satellite, just to have a decent place to try and hold things down. So Dispenser looks to go towards that A main early on, but with too much presence being shown there by Action PH, decides to fall back instead.
They hear the TP already from Georgie here. Dispenser is being notified about all the movements Action PH are doing. All he has to do now is slowly but surely creep up. Oh, unfortunately for Borkum, he just gets spotted by like 5 people already. Dispenser is still on the top of the site, not yet notified by the rest of the Action PH squad, and now he explodes. I don't know what's happening here, but he does have the help of Dubstep. It's working, and we're left against Emon. Gets obliterated, and Dubstep picks up a nice little 3-piece.
Opening rounds for Secret here in Fracture, looking clean. Much bigger contrast to what we had from these two teams when they first faced off last weekend, especially here in Fracture. So Dubstep is a few ultimate orbs away, 2 to be exact, from his ult. Does pick up the Phantom to use, and now you're gonna expect him to go aggressive once again. You can see already the 2 controllers on that A site for Secret potentially could try and go and push forward. You can see Borkum already placing down a smoke, or a star rather, just in case he does need it. Gets that pull off and can potentially go cheeky here. Doesn't have anything more than a frenzy. He can't convert it with, though. He's proficient, but Emon's better with that Vandal.
You know, fast Dubstep just like rotates immediately. Georgie, is he gonna have the timing on this? Well, absolutely. Dubstep comes in, the flash from Vash, almost setting up, but everybody from Action PH reacts just in the nick of things. He's underneath all of them, one gets spotted, cannot find other than just the one, and Jeremy to remain, rotating all the way from spawn. He's gonna have his work cut out for him, and with a Spectre in hand, even more difficult at these precarious long-range encounters. I don't think he's made any noise just yet, but yeah, it's only a matter of time.
Really difficult to make that happen, so understandable. Vash, the only one to get a kill in that round. This time Secret, they've got weapons, and Dubstep, you can see, as you pointed out, just how fast he can rotate between sites, and that is very important here on a map like Fracture, where you can get hit from multiple angles, especially since the rotation for the defending side is quite safe here through CT, through that defensive side spawn. It really does help out, an agent like Neon, who can be very quick on those rotates. You can expect aggression here to be shown on B main by Dubstep. It does kind of dip in, but dips right back out as soon as he sees contact. It's actually here towards that dish, towards that satellite that Team Secret are really putting the brunt of their defensive push.
Action PH don't want to touch that hot potato for the moment. Cool it off a little bit. as is mentioned in the instruction manual. Borkum is already going for the forward push on Dish. They have spot nobody here, so that would mean that's all about the arcade. Look at how fast Emma just blasts through on tower here. Dubstep does have the setup plays here from his teammate. And look at the pinch play. Aftershock could get another pick. No, it doesn't. Still gonna be able to wiggle their way through. Jesse Bash gets obscured by the smoke, unfortunately. And Borkum, oh, he's too far. He's gonna get caught before he can even make some damage here. We'll see how this goes.
Shame you have to die.
This is good for one.
You're not part of my bigger.
Good trade here from Georgie, and unfortunate for Vash. I personally hate when that happens to me. Like, just the smoke barely, the outer edge of it clips you and conceals enough that makes it very difficult to win a gunfight. So Team Secret forced on the eco here as Action PH. They lose 2, they come back with 2, and now they've equalized things up. So go to round number 5. You see, Ultimate's already at the cusp here for Action PH. So are Secret. Maybe in the next gun round or 2, they can have a lot of those ults up. You can expect this Dubstep to pop his ultimate here later once he does make contact. And those lightning fingers can really catch you off guard, especially when you're quite low. So you have to get into that state first to really make full utilization of it.
He spotted a couple, but the problem is they're too fast. Jesse Bash! Not expecting that there was going to be another offender at that point. Serdethio gonna have to run away with the spike, but there's already 2 stalkers from right behind him. Might not notice he's there, but they're swinging wide. They're swinging hard
Spike
and fast.
down, attacker spawn.
Oh, this is bad. Attackers have no control whatsoever here, but still a 2 versus 2. 1 minute in the clock to remain. And they can take their sweet time here just to try to retake this just in case. Oh, okay, that smoke just notifies at least Team Secret. One's already on A main.
Does give that information away. But as you said, the spike in Team Secret's control, and they've picked up the rifles, so they can convert this. They got the showstopper as well as a safety net for Jeremy as a panic button in case he does need it. He does get the kill on RU, but George is able to fend off back, and luckily for him, he's a chamber to try and dodge it. Swift, quick move, but Jeremy will confirm the kill after the end of it. And Team Secret, they convert the eco. Much swag there coming from Georgie, as is applicable and appropriate for a chamber, but in the end, Secret get the round.
A lot of questions, or probably the same question in the minds of people that have seen it from last week. Was the chamber, or was the neon, excuse me, a fluke from Dubstep? It seems like it is not, Black, as it's working right now from Team Secret. It's much cleaner than last week, and we're seeing why it's really strong. The ability to rotate so quickly with the I forgot the name, high velocity, something, the sprint from the neon just allows you to just flank so incredibly hard. And APH, because of it, they're playing this 5-man push, 5-man strong, because you know what they say, 5 is stronger than 1.
Well, in this case, only 3 remain as Action PH find the opening 2 picks. Can they convert this into a round? Those should be the case, but the ultimate has been popped by Dispenser, and that Viper's Pit could turn things around. It certainly dissuades Action PH from going in headstrong to that A site, and they're going to rotate back around towards the B, which Team Secret, they know the read on this. They know that what the Dispenser, with him popping that ultimate, is going to pull that exact reaction that they expect here on Action PH's side. Wall comes up, just barely enough for Dubstep to cross safely here. They have no idea he's in the arcade, and he's going to be playing with them. Pulls out the stun, pulls out his wall, able to back out into the fight, and now Action PH, they're scrambled in which direction to go. They want to commit to this arcade, but Team Secret, they play them like a fiddle, and here comes the rolling thunder of their own. Emma right behind it, but Jesse Bash, he's too good, he's too quick, gets the triple kill, it's now on the Mochi, but Dubstep's gonna end the round. As I said, arcade is his playground, and they played with him.
I say this with the utmost of respect for Jesse Bash. With age comes experience. He just knew that with that positioning of his, look at that. Through the smoke, they come in 1 by 1. Through the smoke as well, again, of RU. And Jesse Bash capitalizes on the frantic nature of what was given to APH at that point. They had to rush in. They didn't have that much time. They had ultimates that made them feel confident, but it didn't.
You want to play?
actually
Let's
hit
play.
the parts of the site that was really needed to get hit on, because again, each site is really too big for that Rolling Thunder, maybe except for the A site, but still really good stuff coming out from Vash.
Yeah, that Rolling Thunder, when you pop it here in Fracture on the attacking side, you kind of have to choose which half of the site you really want to hit with it, because as you said, it's quite wide. Jeremy catches a lurking Sir Deathyo on that breach, and at least he didn't have a rifle. They do have two coming into the round, so this is definitely still a winnable one, but oh, Dubstep, little does he know, he's walked right past Georgie here, who's waiting in B main. Has already crawled his way up into the site. They've passed each other, and I think neither of them has any idea of what this could have been.
They're gonna make a pinch play on A, but there's no one there. And Jesse Vash, oh, he's making a lot of noise.
Oh.
Georgie is telling his teammates, come here right now, come quick. But I think the position of him in a really strong spot might have actually passed. Because now they would know
30 seconds left.
that B side is already for Action PH. And Jesse Vash is on. This is going to be bad as Dubstep peeks in to the Georgie sniper. One more. Jeremy in the corner, playing it a bit safe, waiting for him to chase a little bit longer for the moment. But Georgie already on the case. And as the Spencer tries to cross, there was somebody who said, "You shall not pass," as Borkum also does the same. 4-3, Action PH with another round.
That tour de force is such a formidable weapon to have in his hands. Just how quick he can really, you know, pop a shot and dip back and in of a fight. Big reason why Action PH rely on him with that chamber. He's able to, you know, maybe the window kind of passed where everything would have seemed perfect for Georgie, but they do kind of pick up back on it, and everything works out in the end for the Action PH side. Initially, you know, when Vash was there towards that arcade, you know, the top of the tower was smoked off by Modsky, so Georgie couldn't really capitalize on that without giving his position away. But hey, then round works out for them. It's up to Team Secret now to convert another potential eco.
How strong is that nade? Strong enough? Wait, he was stunned. Vash, wait, where did he just did that alley-oop?
Wow.
Oh, all the way through their own spawns. That is nasty. In any case, Emon whips out the lineup though, but did not phase the rest of the APH squad here. They will be able to claim the site, but after all of that, after the dust is settled here, Black, it is going to be a 3 versus 3.
It could be actually worth it to drop the rifle to Vash here just to help him get a kill, because if he does, then they're gonna have Rolling Thunder for this retake. But Jeremy gets taken down. That's the rifle I was talking about dropped. So does Dubstep. It seems like whoever picks up a gun goes down, huh? At the end, Vash is gonna get the kill with the classic of all things. And Action PH successfully tie up the round 4-4, but you can see why Breach is so important here and so beneficial, because especially like on the defensive side too, as you saw, when you're on that breach, you can pretty much affect any position, any portion of the map with your fault line, and that's a big reason why Jeremy was able to get that kill early on to start off the round.
I have no idea where this is, by the way.
This is under the map.
Yeah. This is on the zipline, I know. But that one with the bear, I have no idea where that is. But yeah, exactly that, right? Breach just has so much use on Fracture. It is actually insane. Like all of these avenues that you try to attack, Breach's fault line just hits it so square in the head. Emon not even looking a second glance, and Jesse Vash has gotten the kill. So Emon still has not scouted out Jeremy here. Jesse Vash made so much noise, and they might not even clear him. Look at this. Jeremy gets a second glance, and he gets a kill. That's getting a spike. They're not going to be able to capitalize with Vash's ultimate, but they still have the thing that APH needs to plant on the site in their hands. That's crazy from Georgie, though.
Borkum found the third here now for Team Secret, and they're looking like a flawless team on a flawless round, and that is what they get. Finding the 5th here on the defensive side is a huge thing. Some teams would argue this is an attacker side map. Some would say defender. I'd kind of lean towards the former, but if that was true, then Team Secret, they're doing really good right now, especially if they can confirm a 6th round in this one. Just looking to be the case because they have all the momentum, and look at them. They're like 2 players away from 2 players have one ultimate away rather from their ultimates, and especially Jeremy's very high impact one.
I gotta maybe add like a correct statement to that. It's not attack or defense. I think it's more about who's got the best offense. You know, even when you're on the defending side, if you can get that defensive angle, you just get so much value off of it. But I could be wrong. Anyways, Jeremy running for dear life. He's just about a tap away from dying. Oh, but he still gets a shot. He's got the Hunter's Fury. Or not the Hunter's Fury, excuse me, but the Showstopper. As he obliterates most. He's trying to run away for dear life. Emon and Borkum in a one-on-one. Emon's making a lot of noise here. He's crossing with like 22 HP. And we'll see how Borkum does this. He's hearing the plant already.
Without pulling them in.
There it is. That's the star. Emon's gonna be vulnerable here, and even just one hair out of position, he's done for it. There it is. Headshot from Borkum, and that's Team Secret claiming the round once again.
We've seen Borkum last weekend versus Brain Freeze lose when he had so much more health than Brain Freeze did, but in this case, he's not going to let this one slip. That's his one, and he's going to get the job done this time. Team Secret, 6-4, and what are you chuckling about, Desiree?
I got mine.
That's all he needs to do. Tactical timeout here called by Action PH. This is the right moment to do so. Get the last 2 rounds of the half. Actually, no, it's from Secret. Interesting.
Oh. It's the buy round for APH. APH also has Zero Deathio with his Rolling Thunder. So this is I think Team Secret is the one team in the Philippines that does this the most, where even when they're on the advantage, they're still going to use their timeout if they know their opponent is mounting for a comeback round. It's a good way for them to use their timeout, honestly.
Very veteran experience coming in there. It's something that we saw kind of having an uptick in like about early 2019, where teams would start doing that. You know, they call timeouts whenever they're in the advantage, whenever they've gotten a few rounds on the run, especially if they were struggling right prior. Just talk about, give themselves a breather, and really, I guess, all consolidate and really talk to each other why they're winning and how to continue that streak. And as you said, especially when you know the opposing side is about to try and get their momentum back and come back with a comeback round, can be a good time to call that timeout. So really good experience kind of showing itself here from Secret. It's coming to the forefront of this, and they're going to want to pile as much rounds as they can.
They do. I am very much curious to see how Team Secret will be managing their attacking side, because we saw that last time, just Dubstep running around amok and didn't really get the fruits of their labor that they wanted to. The Spencer is still a very risky position, but he's deep enough that if somebody wants to challenge him, they're probably just going to be one hit away from dying. So I think that distance is really good for Dispenser here. This flushes out everyone from APH from getting even closer to the A site via the A main angle. So they're either going to fight for Dish or go all the way B, which is what they're planning for at the moment. But Team Secret knows this. Look at how many stacked up they are. And Vash still has his fault line. So if they rush right in, they're going to get stunned if they're not careful.
Yeah, by the book, you pop the Viper's ult on one side, you stack the other. You know they're going to be coming their way. But Borkum stuck here between the stun, both of him and Dubstep, but luckily for Dubstep, rather for Borkum, they've got those stuns from the Neon to keep Action PH at bay, and this smoke's going to make things a bit more difficult for Action PH. They're coming down to 30 seconds, and the late round push isn't exactly the most favorable one a lot of times. Here comes a Rolling Thunder, though, and Borkum, he's barely going to dodge that. No, he gets tagged up. He's hiding in the site. I'm not too sure how long he's going to be hidden from the eyesight here of Georgie from his angle, and they're all just cleaning up every single defender within Team Secret's side. Even after calling that timeout, Action PH, they regain their momentum, and they should take this round.
Team Secret got afraid. They put all of their emphasis on what was it? Yeah, arcade, that they totally forgot to check B main. And once they did, once they saw that somebody was already pushing up, they had very little information of what Action PH was supposed to do. Got caught in transition, got caught in the mix. I believe Borkum also got booped up by the Rolling Thunder, and Dubstep really had to hold tower by himself. So there was a time that Team Secret would have had a really good start to the defense there on that B site, but it has passed. And Action PH, that delayed tactic, that slow wait for Georgie just to creep up on B main, saved them the round and even gave them a flawless.
Perfectly put, and
Last
feels bad for
round in
Borkum.
the
He got
half.
hit with the fault line. He got hit with the Rolling Thunder right after. It's not having a good round, but he's been having himself a decent game at the very least. Final round of the half. One that Action PH are desperate to convert. It's been a bunch of 2-round swings this entire match, if you haven't noticed. Back and forth for 2, and the other will come back with 2. Action PH looking to keep that trend up. Team Secret walls on either side, they're both being placed pretty much opposite to each other. We've seen this exact same Viper wall setup round after round after round from both teams.
Ooh, that's a nice little pixel angle there on the smoke. Good reactionary shot there from Jeremy as well. And yeah, you mentioned how very back and forth, close-knit it is.
Poison's off.
Been hyping up too much the rotations of Team Secret and everything because I really do enjoy the composition that they had. We saw a contrast, right? From Bind, it's back to basics, but here it's Team Secret using something a bit more specific and innovative for
Just be
Fracture.
honest, you love the neon pig. That's all
I
it really is.
I do. I don't use Neon that much anymore, but I do love seeing her in play.
Don't we all? Well,
True.
jury's still out.
You
on
are divided.
if this judge work out in Dubstep's favor. Does get the dink, but it's a bit too far out of his range, and Borkum falls to his own demise. It's a great opening here from Sir Deathio, who's been having himself a series ever since map 1.
30 seconds left.
Flash. He's not fully blinded, is he? No, he's not. But with 2 HP, unless he hits that head,
remaining.
it's all gonna be down to dust. ADS for Jeremy just to make sure that he can hit that headshot. I love it. Bash now hearing all of this. He's sending it over to drop shot, and Modeski's just gonna be running for dear life. He is vulnerable right now. Nice little crossfire, and as the dust settles, as the Elder Flame blows
Switching
its
sides.
flames, it's gonna be a 7-5 coming into the second half.
Fire up. This match is starting here for Team Secret, and they're the ones who are starting to get hot, but it's at the final round of the half. Can they continue that as they move on to the attacking side? Even though it will be up to Team Secret to get the plant, you can expect from a team like Action PH, named as Action PH, that they're going to go for the aggression of their own. You can see so many pings already and the rotation coming here towards that satellite, that dish position. You can expect a very hard and quick push coming from Team Secret, much akin to what we saw on the opening round number 1 a while ago. So, will it only be Memon to try and receive this push?
Well, he's not gonna receive anything now because he's like, nope, I'm not home. I'm not gonna take the courier right now. Just please come back 8 to 5 maybe for my delivery. Well, if the delivery is like a whole bunch of bullets from Dubstep, you probably do not want to receive that, right?
Yeah, that's you can't even put a fragile sticker on that. Like, just send it back home. Unlike Georgie, he's trapped, cornered. That just works out so favorably for Secret.
Yeah.
Go, go, go.
Shout out to the chat there that were wondering how the Neon would fare out against the Jet. It seems like it's working somehow for Team Secret. It's not overwhelming, but you can see
One enemy
the
remaining.
strengths that it does allow Team Secret to do.
Spike
And that is
planted.
just over-rotate to their heart's content without looking silly. And Akshan PH having to outpace them. It's a little bit awkward for Akshan because their composition relies on them to being a bit tethered, you know? Chamber plus Viper are agents that just rely on being at certain locations to be good. But if you can traverse those locations, Team Secret have massive control over this map. And that being said, Team Secret, they did it once again on the second pistol.
There.
Good round for Team Secret to take. Pistol rounds, not rounds that Team Secret have been notorious at consistently winning, but hey, they get it when they need it. Now is one time they need it, especially if they want to close the series off 2-0 and help secure a slot in that group stages, but it's not going to be done until all is said. Spencer holding on to the Ghost, the only player here with Secret for Secret rather, with a pistol. And little does he know, the
nice.
entirety of the army here from Action is coming his way, and he could not hold up against the battalion that they put up against him. They're going to rotate immediately, though, because they know the plant should come down on A, and that's where it is.
I actually have totally forgot that they went for the double controller. So even if they lose the Spencer, they still have Borkum to set things up, but they don't need that right now. It's all about the headshots, it's all about that firepower. And we're left to Ammon out to the open. He spreads his wings, but he can't fly high as he gets plucked immediately by Team Secret. Yeah, back to what I was just saying. I totally lapsed, man. I thought it was just the neon, but it was also the double smoker that does allow for much more aggressive takes here on the Team Secret side. And look at that quick little replay there. Just nice, you know, just straight
One
down.
enemy
Nice.
remains.
Well, that's the beauty of this composition. You lose one head of the Hydra, there's another to pick it right back up.
There.
9-5. These Spectres are honestly more, I guess, feared on a map like Fracture, and can be more ferocious to play against. And, you know, just so dangerous as well. But Jeremy, even though George still gets a kill there, tapping away, RU finds one. He's traded out immediately though by Dispenser. He's down to a 3v4. Georgia gets to have Jesse Vash on this book, and they're both ready to receive that.
Spike
A bit of a
planted.
risk there. One who maybe had to
enemy
take,
remaining.
but it's not working out for them currently, as Action PH should have the round. It's a 3v1. Morgan is giving himself away, but there's too much heat for him to deal with. And that's Action coming back 9-6. They do stop the bonus of Team Secret from converting in their favor, but can they win a full gun round right after?
If I remember correctly, the reason why Jeremy died there, aside from Georgia obviously being a crack shot, is maybe a miss, a miss buffer of the order of which you use your abilities. Because if, like, for example, you use like a showstopper with the double satchel, there's a certain sequence that you have to do so that the showstopper pops out and you kind of do a cancel animation. I think the same thing also applies with like a Spectre. So there might have been just a teeny tiny bit of misdone there by Jeremy, because he was focusing more on satcheling to tower rather than you know, also managing his weapon out. But that's such a small thing. George is still able to capitalize on that, as you mentioned. Not really the biggest of losses. Action PH still have to deal with the full buy round of Team Secret coming into this one. They're reverse nice, you know, 9-6.
I'd love to flip that around. It's a nice scoreline they got going for them for the meantime, but I'm sure that Action PH are not too happy with the results just yet. Really want to extend this to map number 3, if anything. Viper's Pit is up online for Dispenser. No other ultimates for Secret. So this is one thing they can really use to their favor. Both of the Viper walls are placed almost exactly attuned towards that B site from either side. The aggression here in A main, oh, it's going to pull back. Maybe at the right moment, maybe perhaps not. We're going to see how the timing works out. If it'll really help Action PH out. Oh, Ammon has to be careful here on his cross. Could get caught out right at the center. He's going to be stunned, trapped, and he's going to be falling here. Like quick and easy. Very, very clean from Team Secret. As I said, the timing just doesn't work out for them. Viper's Pit is placed, but the man advantages could be too great for Team Secret's side.
Planted.
Sir Deathyo afraid to pop a couple of shots there. Having the Vandal, the Bullet Tracers will be massive, and everybody from Action PH evacuate the A site. I think they already know this round is lost, unless they might want to go all the way around. But now they're converging somewhere in Canteen. They're gonna take their lunch break. Good for them. We haven't had it yet. So yeah, they're just gonna save the weapons for the next round.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to fight on an empty stomach, so, or especially with empty hands. They still put the Viper's Pit out, even with that man advantage, and Team Secret readily, I guess, they're ready to really give that ultimate up, just to make sure they can secure the round. Sir Deathyo trying to fend them off. He's going to do a decent job at that, but won't stand to fight for too long, as Borkum has got his number. They reached a double-digit mark, and they're a few away from that match point. And economically, Action PH, they're down in the gutter. This is not looking too well for them. They can give up like one round at this point, but are they going to force the buy? It does seem to be the case. If they lose this, then they're gonna give Secret that 11th, and I don't know, it could be a bit too far out of reach. So a lot riding on this round from Action PH. Fortunately for them, they have the Rolling Thunder, but Team Secret, they've got some ultimates of their own to throw right back in case that does come into play.
See how... Nope. Okay, double stack on Dish, but that gravity well forces them to peek out onto the right side. But yeah, that buy from Zero Deathio, huge for the APH roster. They pick onto Jeremy means that they don't have any more Kumbayas they can use to fight for this one. Bash has already unleashed his ultimate, but the retaliation from Zero Deathio to keep him staved off on Dish. As only Bash and Dispenser to remain. They do have the spike, so maybe they can rotate all the way back to B. But even if that is going to be a possibility here for TS, they've lost all map control that they would have wanted to. All because Zero Deathio, he got that Vandal at the very start.
When the going gets rough, Action PH, they get tough. In the round they so desperately needed to convert, as we said, they somehow are able to bring it to within, you know, just barely there of taking this round. They get a kill. This should be done. Unless some heroics are shown by the champions of the Philippine scene here in Team Secret.
Left.
Able to take that ultimate orb, and as I said a while ago, both Viper walls are pretty much practically on top of each other here towards that B site. Both teams having the same idea, but different approaches on where and how, rather, they wanna and when they want to put those walls up. 15 seconds left on the clock. I think the save might be the call here.
Left.
The proper one, especially for Team Secret. Take that orb, Dispenser. Get out of there, get yourself to safety. You know the round is done. And Action PH, they bring it within 3 rounds of tying the lead.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was chuckling a bit there. I thought Dispenser was going to go for the 4-fecta, where he gets the 4 charges on the fracture map, right?
We're going around like Easter eggs,
there.
Halloween,
Yeah.
finding everything you can get.
Yeah, it's good though, right? Because again, Viper's ultimate isn't cheap. It's, what, 7 charges? And as a Viper, you don't really get that many kills every single round compared to like duelists and maybe even sentinels. I feel like controllers are the least type of agent to actually get their ultimates up and running quickly in the span of a few rounds. But in any case, that was just fun to see. Whatever is happening right now, Team Secret does have to buy. Jeremy already setting stuff up. He's got the Kumbaya. Spots out one, boom, and he just obliterates Motsuki and himself, but opens up an opportunity here for APH, or excuse me, Team Secret to come barreling in to the B side.
Kamikazeing his way, but that opens up an alleyway into the arcade side. Jesse Vash, he has to land these shots because Emon's not going to miss. Sir Deathio holding down the line. He's able to find one, able to find a second on the 4 kill, and that gives Action PH the 8th round, forcing Team Secret on an eco next. And this is looking scary for Team Secret. They got timeouts still to burn. And Action PH, they want to continue on this train, on this tirade that they've got. Some economy on Team Secret's side, yes, but I believe they're going to try and save that for the next round because they know while they might lose, you know, these next few rounds, the battle's not been lost just yet. Jeremy, I'm sure he's happy to go down there, Martyr. Just unfortunate they could not convert for Team Secret's favor and get them within that match point.
They're coming back, APH. They're feeling the setups here for Team Secret. That double satchel onto tower, not really the best anymore, and Dubset just running to get his overdrive. Well, mistaken is the name of the ultimate. Up and possibly running here. Also, I've seen this on, I don't know if it was TikTok or Twitter, because you usually see all those hype things that you unlock on Valorant on those social medias, but you can do a double dash with Neon without getting kills. So you dash first, ultimate, and dash again while she's running. Just putting it out there in the wind.
Damn, the secret tech here from Mr. Asarai himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
Eldritch.
it off of Twitter or TikTok.
TikTok, the true place of eldritch knowledge in the Valorant scene. Well, Georgie, there's no secret about this. He does go for the peak, but luckily for him, he's able to back out safely, getting stunned, maybe perhaps by his own, but Spencer's able to get the kill with the Sheriff, which is huge. Dubstep. We know that the overdrive can be very powerful, this ultimate of Neon, but it can be quite difficult as well to get kills when the enemy side is full health and full armor. So you're gonna have to try and kind of soften him up first before he can really use that full utility. And Emma's gonna find the opener here on that A main take, but Dubstep and Borkum, but they all just flush him down from the door. They funnel themselves fatally. It's all left in the RU.
Is he gonna be okay? He's gonna be okay actually. Oh, he is. Okay, he's gotten the first one. First step to victory, but there's still 3 steps more. But there's no time left. Also, gotta say for Dubstep, he's got the free gum to deal with. You know what that is?
Thrifty.
It's classic free gun, by the way.
Oh,
Poison's off.
yeah. Well,
Sorry.
that's right. It's lunchtime here. It's 12 noon. It's
Yeah, I know.
early for jokes, and we haven't had a proper meal just yet. But we're having this game at least for our lunchtime, and it's I won't say it's a spicy one, but it's one that's definitely fulfilling and full so far. If we get to map number 3, maybe it's going to be worthy of that spicy 2. For the meantime,
One enemy
great
remaining.
eco convert from Team Secret. One they were not supposed to win, but hey, they don't mind the odds. They really relish in it, if anything.
Jeremy now using his mobility again to get this forward control. He is the spear, the tip of the spear for the Team Secret roster here. Gotta be careful. They've heard the call. The tour de force is up for Georgie, and they know he's playing on the A site. This is risky now for Jeremy. If he tries to go into his site, now that he doesn't have his satchels, it could prove a bit risky for him. That's why he's taking a slower pace here. He knows that it is very monumental if they lose him.
Yeah, the one hit potential of the Tour de Force is not to be scoffed at. Way scarier than a regular operator. So with that, they realize, hey, we have time. There's a very nice scenic path to take, try and rotate, and that is what we're going to try and decide on. So it seems like, though, they're gearing up for an A split here. The only player within that site is going to be Georgie himself with the ult, as we talked about. He does have his TP set up for him to bail out of this fight in case it does come his way.
30 seconds left.
That's something he's going to have to rely on here as he's isolated within that A sentry site.
Welcome to my world.
Hearing it already. Oh, Georgie has no information. He's stunned, he's sucked, he's just basically everything is thrown in his general direction, but nobody has still yet to flush him out. He's got the high ground. The low ground is Team Secrets. Finally gets decapitated there. And the rest of the APH will try to go for this retake and Dubstep. He's challenging through the smoke, hitting every single shot except for Aryu. He's getting just again enveloped by the Viper Spit, and Team Secret, they lick their wounds, they get the victory, and they're already hitting match point.
Dubstep like a Terminator, just walking through smoke. He's got the different vision of his own within his teammates' Viper Spit there from Dispenser. So timeout to be called. I'm gonna wager this is from Action PH. I'll slow things down, get a breath in. They know that this is their final series to play in the group stage. And if they lose here, they could be taken out, but it's Secret who actually pulled the timeout twice again. Secret have the lead,
One enemy remaining.
and they have momentum. They continue to call these timeouts. The last time they called the timeout, though, it was Action who won the round right after. So Team Secret still sticking to their guns. They know they have a few rounds to give and a few breaths to take.
And again, every move they make, you know.
Don't just...
Taylor did this yesterday, or was it day 2? I'm prepared for it. Oh,
you
Raf
two are.
2.0.
You mean Raf 2.0? Alonzo Terroir.
Alonzo, Taylor.
You two are made for each
Shout
other.
outs to both of them right now, rocking it in the panel discussion.
Yeah. So nice to have Taylor here be our panel host. It's the first time, actually, ever since VCTPH started that she was the panel host, so... Go kill it. She always does.
Go, go, go.
But round here from ActiveGate, Dire. They didn't place the Viper Wall just yet, though. Perhaps forgetting. They do have that ult. And speaking of ults, Emon gets one of his, but he's quickly traded out. They go down and trade each other, canceling each other out. Now we're down to that 4v4, which typically would favor an attacker's side in the traditional sense, but in this case, I'm not too sure if that's going to remain true.
No, Arya's put the ultimate on A main as well, right? So, but it's put it just deeper on A main rather than it is at the exit of A main. So this could allow Team Secret to maybe even decide to go back to the A side if they want to, because this allows them to still go through door and get control on Sands much easily than I think Arya would be expecting later on. But all right, the setup is here. They do have the stun again from Jesse Vash. Georgie, he's done it before. Can he do it again? There's the stun. Here comes Jeremy, round number 2. Oh, he still loses it. He just barely clips through on tower, then had to use the slow rope to get
Enemy
through.
remaining.
And Jesse
30
Bash
seconds left.
creeping
Spike
up.
down,
Not gonna
B.
get the one up against Modski here. As Spencer trying to go for the challenge, but it's Georgie once again who wraps up the 3K. You mentioned it, Black. They lost after the timeout, but Team Secret, they still have a few rounds to manage before they get pushed to overtime.
Twice now that's happened.
A gift.
Parent. History repeats itself.
That works.
If you don't take a good look at what happened in the past, it's bound to repeat itself. There it goes. So Action PH, will they be able to win this next round? Certainly on the table. And more importantly, if they do win here, round number 22, that's going to force Team Secret on the eco. You'd be very well looking at, you know, the final round of regulation to decide all of this, if we're going to go into overtime or not. Stun comes out early on here from that Action PH side as noise was made on A main. They're looking to split this site, and honestly, when you're playing on Fracture, you kind of have to split whenever you go for an execute. Going from one alleyway just really makes things a lot more difficult on that attacking side.
Yeah, because if you have a setup that, you know, just a snake bite or a stun,
Right there.
both could be just you and your team getting wiped. So you do need that extra bit of map control. Splitting yourself up, it's a risk, but it's a risk you have to always take on Fracture. If you just multi-stack it, there's also that issue where somebody can just flank around you, right? So if you back away, you might get screwed up there. Huge ultimate on the site itself, but again, stuns nothing. And Dubstep, he's already cleared out the site here. He's the cleaner, and Emon, all the way around, has gotten the shutdown onto Jeremy. Dubstep has snuck his way in here, but his team cannot follow through. He's too fast. He's too flashy. And again, the slow pace, the rest of the TS team might be the downfall for them in this round.
He's going to try and stick the defuse here, but these stuns are going to force him off of the plant.
No.
Spencer and Jesse Vash, they both find one apiece, and they've made this
Last
super
player
doable.
standing.
He does not able to really get the kill, though. Swinging a bit too wide, as he kind of had to. Emon gets the 4th, thus now forcing Team Secret to have to eco. We could potentially be playing for the final round of regulation and into overtime if it does work out in Action PH's favor.
Oh my goodness. Next round will be the last round for TS. I mean, in terms of the overtime, and in terms, as you mentioned, in terms of, or with the economy. Dubstep does have his lightning fingers.
Isolate and
That's what they called me
exterminate.
before when I was really good with playing rhythm games.
Toxins going up.
Yeah, sure.
Rhythm games, sure, exactly.
To the beat.
Yeah.
Bomb buddy out.
We'll move past that from more to more, I guess, well-placed, wholesome memories, and into this round. Borkham, only one with a Spectre. Rest of them got Sheriffs, but we've seen them be quite thrifty and lucrative with what little they have. This time, though, not working out as Mochi finds a
Spike
double.
down, B.
Emon's only get traded out by Jeremy. Not a direct trade, but a trade nonetheless. Arcade looking to be aggressed here potentially by Dispenser, but he knows that this wall is going to be working against him as well.
Well, he did pick up the spike now, and he's moving all the way to the A side. I think he's able to spot it, but they don't spot Jeremy,
remaining.
who does get the flank around Georgie. The problem now lies that Dispenser, he's all alone. If he gets the plant on this one, he will not have his ultimate, so he's probably going to risk the biscuit. Yeah, just get another orb. Maybe he can probably get the A main orb if he wants to as well. But he don't know. So he's probably going to use the time to
30 seconds
get
left.
someone on the rotate. Spots out one though. Now they know. Now they're gonna rotate. Now he's probably gonna be screwed for dear life. But we'll see how this goes.
He could have been. He could have went rather for the tour of the fracture, but let's just go for the plant instead. He's got the Reaver Sheriff, which is at least something to go by. I am quite impartial to it, but he could actually find the timing here. Doesn't work out for him though. From the ropes, he shall be hung. And Action VH to get the round and bring us into the final round of regulation. Round number 24 right up next. And Team Secret, they do not want to let this go in overtime. This is a round they really want to close this series on. Get that 13-11, close it 2-0, and get yourselves out of that 4th place slot.
They're wiggling by this, black and blue. Action PH, they're ready to force us into overtime. Look at how much utility they have. Not, they have money for weapons? Yeah, okay. Oh, they gave Georgie an ultimate, or not an ultimate, sniper, excuse me.
There.
This could be good. You might not expect this. Oh, he missed! Oh, he was a bit afraid of the util.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Element of surprise is now gone, and Jeremy's taking the tower, and he's gonna really control everything from up top on high. Let's pull out the showstopper just to really confirm that control, as it is the final round of this regulation, and Jordan, it's gonna be really hard for him to retake through this Asper wall with an operator. So all he can do here is try and play that backline. Fortunately for him, he is a chamber, so he can back out of the fight. But here comes the Roaring Thunder, try and make their way inside the Viper Spin, and Ammo's gonna get the kill on the Spencer. That's gonna drop the ultimate here, and he gets the kill as well. They're all cleaning up house within the site. But Jeremy gets the double. Jeremy gets the triple. And at the end of it, Team Secret close out the series 2-0 after the flurry goes in their way. A victory for their side.
They were prepared. They were ready. They almost wait. Who's missing right now? It's Jeremy. Oh, Jeremy. Okay. They were prepared. They were ready to go and push that into overtime, black and blue. And what happened? Jesse Bash timing. Jeremy came back on tower there, and they thought, Action PH thought that it was time to force it.